Hello, my name is Mita DeWitt-Schleifman. My Tlingit name is Tsetsinak. My family comes from the Wrangell area, the Shtakin Kwan. I am Nanyai, which is the white grizzly bear house, and I'm also a child of the Kachari, which is one of the frog crests. Traditional healers have been working with indigenous people since time immemorial all over the world. So whatever tradition is in that land, that's the kind of traditional healer you'll find, right? So we're in Athabascan land, so you would have found Athabascan traditional healers. It was the primary form of healthcare for everybody until just a few generations ago. And basically what happened is with the transition of the American government and the missionaries and becoming a territory, and even beyond that, further back with the Russians, we started to lose some of these practices because, well, basically it was necessary to be able to control us because traditional healing is so powerful that it kept us strong, it kept us grounded, it kept us together and whole. And so it was actually part of the removal in this transition of assimilation. Traditionally, Alaska Native people believe that all things have spirit, all spirit deserves respect, and all things are connected through the spiritual realm. And what's another word for this spirituality, right? Well, if you think about it really hard, it comes down to relationship and how we are in relationship with you or with the land. If all things have spirit, is how we are in relationship with them. It's interesting, when you get out into nature, your brain loves puzzles, right? Humans love to figure things out or to observe. And when you're in nature, even if it's the same tree, right, it's always changing. It's growing, it may have sustained damage in the wind. It may have been altered through pruning. It's changing throughout the seasons. And so you create stronger synaptic connections within your brain just by going outside and observing nature and observing the changes that happen. One of the challenges that we face is overharvesting in the local resources. And so it's important that when you do go to harvest, to create that relationship with the local tribes, to know where to harvest, when to harvest, and how much, because it's actually their job to manage those resources and to know the cycles of the plants and what should be available.
So if I were to harvest all of the leaves off of this plant, I'd be damaging the plant and have a hard time regenerating. And so there's different rules. Some people say thirds, and basically it's a bit of common sense. So we obviously don't want to harvest all of these blueberries. There's a lot of people up here harvesting, so we're just going to be snacking and harvesting a little bit. You also want to leave enough for regeneration of the plant, right? Because it has to drop seeds to regenerate itself. This has to be able to take in enough solar to fill its roots so that it can make it through the winter.
So what are we calling everything? What's the new name? Resources. Everything's a resource. Well, what has that done? If you name them resources, then you've monetized the relationship, right? You've changed the relationship from egalitarian to a monetary item to be controlled. And so you've created a differentiation of power structure. And so we're no longer equal to the land. If you have resources, you're then above the land. And so we have to switch back to thinking about our relatives. That mountain that you want to cut down, that's our grandmother, right? Those trees that you want to cut down, those are my cousins. And this is really important because you start interacting with the environment in a much different way with a different value system.
And blueberries are high in antioxidants, and actually they don't raise your blood sugar. So it's a great way to have a sweet treat or a sweet snack without increasing your blood sugar. And they're high in minerals and nutrients. So it's one of our superfoods. And these actually are higher in antioxidants than domesticated blueberries or lower 48 wild blueberries. And the reason for that is because our climate is so much harsher than in the lower 48 that it makes a stronger berry.
Well, you have power. You have power in your DNA. We have power when we're connected to our ancestors. We have power when we're connected to the land. And when we're able to access that, then we can actually assist ourselves in healing. Once you've gone through your journey, then you can help other people with their journeys as well. But it's really important to remember that autonomy of self. So Ganesh Chish, Ganesh Chish, Ganesh Chish, Hashaka Kawu, which is thank you, thank you, thank you for our ancestors. I hope you have a lovely day.